Happy to bring in Stacie René. She's a motivational strategy speaker and a mindset life coach. Stacie, we miss you. How are you doing?
Hi, so great to be back. Thank you so much. And yes, it's been, we're alive. So yeah, there's been hardships, but we're alive. We're breathing. We have things to do now. So it's been okay.
So with that, Stacie, you've really been helping all of us throughout the pandemic because, as I said, it's been a roller coaster of our emotions. There's so many highs and lows and highs. And so with you, you have such good advice on everyone. We know we're going to have these highs and the lows, but it's how we respond to the life around us that really helps us get through it. So give us some of your wise words.
During this time, and not even just this time, but anytime throughout the future and moving forward, this is what life is about, is the ups and downs. Has this one been a little crazy? Absolutely. But you know what? We're all going to be given a handful of things, sometimes one at a time, sometimes two, sometimes 10, and it's all in how you handle the situation. So yes, we were not in control of what was happening in the past, but moving forward, you decided for the outcome, whether you were just going to be like, I'm not doing anything, I'm at home. Did we all gain a little bit of weight? The majority of us did. Yes, that was our choice in the outcome. Do I regret it? Totally. But the bottom line is these are all learning experiences. These are all learning lessons, and how you handle it is on you. And the biggest thing that I have noticed recently that has been brought to my attention is mind chatter. The mind chatter that we have in our heads. Listen, we all have it. It's always going to be there. It's never going to go away. But wow, does it control us? Like, big time.
That is so true.
Yeah, and it can really it can throw you for a loop. Perfect example, this morning. I had, a lot to do. I was trying to get my daughter up, take her to school, and she wasn't going. I'm like, I have to be back in time. I've got another Zoom call. Let's get moving. She wouldn't. I'm like, all right. So on the way, I had this mind chatter of arguing with her in my head. I literally started getting stress in my neck. I looked at my heart rate. My heart rate was going up. I was getting more tense. I was driving like this. And she's just sitting over there, putting her makeup on. And I stopped. I'm like, whoa, I caught myself. And I mean, it was some pretty crazy conversation in there. And I said, stop, whoa. Cancel, clear, delete. And then I said, okay, breathe. And I breathed in twice, and I started to relax, because I'm trying to catch myself more with this mind chatter, because it really does take you down. You start to get funny things in your head that you don't control, and then you forget what's real and not real. And we do this with so many things in our life. And it's just a matter of catching it, stopping it, and redirecting your mind chatter, because with us having between 50 to 75,000 thoughts a day, do you know how much mind chatter you have going on?
That's a lot. And too, Stacie, with that is we're feeding our mind with that mind chatter. So what we're telling ourselves, our body is really embracing what we're telling ourselves. Words matter, even if they're not said aloud.
Exactly. And if you're sitting there looking in the mirror and saying, look at this. I can't fit into my pants. I'm gaining weight. I'm looking worse and worse. Then guess what? You're going to get more of that, because that's what you're telling your mind. Your mind chatter is allowing that to happen. So when I went to the gym today, I did a little psyche on my brain. I was in this cycle class, which just totally is amazing. And it just kicks my butt. I don't have to think about anything. It's 30 minutes of just intense HIIT program. So she's telling me what to do. And in my head, I'm like, oh, I appreciate you fat cells, but I just need you to disappear. Just go away from my body. I'm working you off right now. So I decided to have that kind of mind chatter instead of, oh my gosh, I can feel my belly on my legs and this is horrible. When is this class going to be done? And I will tell you, by having the different kind of mindset, even in a workout or going to the whatever you're doing, it literally will change how you're in that moment and the outcome of something taking forever, of your class taking forever, or whatever you're doing. I mean, I couldn't believe, I'm like, oh, it's time to get off already. Okay, here we go. Of course, I would love to run home and be like, did it come off? Did it come off? But I know it takes time.
Yeah, it's so much harder to get off than to get on. That is, that is so true when it comes to the LBSs. But Stacie, I will say, I was thinking about you this morning. So anyone who follows Stacie on social media, you're one of the best social media people out there. I think, did I just hear you tell Larry that you were even recognized for that?
Well, I did. I was a little surprised. I was looking through some stuff and I got a message from a friend. They're like, holy crap, what? And I'm like, I looked and it was the Detroit's Best of 2021 social media star. I was one of the winners. So I'm thrilled and excited. I appreciate everybody who voted for me, and to even know that it was out there as an option. Thank you. Thank you for believing in me, loving my messages, and feeling that it was important enough for Detroit Best 2021 to recognize me.
Well, congratulations. And I will say it's well-deserved, because I know that you do such a good job of posting things and how you put the post together as well. I follow you on Instagram, but I was thinking about you this morning. I did not want to get out. And so I was like, yesterday it was all rainy, and usually I've been starting the run on the trail because I want to do the half marathon. So I'm trying to get my ankle back. And so, first I take the dog out, and she doesn't want to go. She's like, she didn't even want to get off the porch. And I'm like, come on, let's go out on the trail. You might see the deer. Let's have some fun. Took like 20 cookies to get her off, to even, get her around the block. So I dropped her off. And then I said, well, at this point, I'm dressed. Let me just go. And the views on the trail this morning, they were so amazing, because you can see the Pine Lake Country Club with the fog, and it was just beautiful for pictures and to see that. And I was like, see, I was thinking about you saying, get up and show up. Control-Alt-Delete when you, are starting to have negative thoughts. And the hardest part is getting up and getting out the door. And once you do that, then it feels great. And I was rewarded with beautiful images of Mother Nature on the trail. So it does work. It does work, but we just have to train ourselves and to recognize that when you're in that moment, to follow through on those thoughts as well.
And nobody can take that walk away from you. Nobody can take those miles that you put in. And the beautiful thing is, you just made a memory for yourself. And that's what we need to understand. And so when we try and control our mind a little bit more and be more mindful, it's really a easy thing to do once you start catching yourself. So there's kind of two takeaways. If you were to take all of your mind chatter and treat them as a best friend, and literally have to, for one day, try this experiment. I dare you to. That'd be kind of cool to see if anyone does it. And literally anything of the mind chatter that comes out of your mind, talk it, say it out loud. Pretend it's your best friend. Would you want a best friend like that that's going to say all that stuff to you? I don't think so. So I dare you to try this experiment, because it will blow your mind. It will also make you aware how much you are really turning your thoughts into negative and putting all these crazy things into your head. And you're kind of also being the voice of somebody else, right? And why are you doing that to yourself? All you're doing is driving yourself crazy for no reason at all. And the other thing is, we all are faced with challenges, but think about this. If you had to get up every morning consistently, and if you did it for 1 year straight, and you could win $1 million, wouldn't you do it? Yeah. Right? I would. I did for 2 years.
That's a pretty easy. Yeah.
But think about it. You can really do anything that you want. It's just in your own mind, whether you want to or not. And you have to look at the consequences of, oh, I don't want to get up. I don't want to get up. Well, what are you doing? You're telling yourself the mind chatter. I don't want to get up. Yep. I don't want to do it. Do you think anybody does? Right? But if you say, you know what? I'm going to get up. I'm going to get up. What are you going to do? You're going to get up. And that's the point about this mind chatter that we need to really stop, take control. Don't have a best friend that's going to tell you all these things, because it doesn't work like that for us.
I will say, for some reason, Alexa, all of a sudden, because I set the alarm to Alexa, is giving me these little motivational quotes when I get up, like the early bird gets the worm. And I'm like, when did you start this? I know I didn't program this into you, Alexa. So,
She's taking up.
But with that, though, we know for so many people, their day-to-day routine is going to be changing, Stacie, as the offices are starting to reopen and people are having to go back to the office.
Right.
What advice do you have for them? Because now is it good to try to start these new habits when you are forced to change your routine?
Listen, life is ever changing. Nothing is ever going to be the same, and you're always going to have new things. I mean, seriously, life would be really boring if you didn't have some obstacles that came up, because you wouldn't know how to get over them. So for those that are just going back to work, those routines who are starting different, and even with the summer with the children, doing different things, make a timeline for yourself in the morning. How you start your morning really indicates how the rest of your day is going to go and your week. So if you can get up, get in a routine, say you're going to be up by a certain time every day. Take a piece of paper, have it ready, have a notebook, write 3 things that you're grateful for. It helps stop the mind chatter that's going on in your head, because one, you're starting your day off with positivity. And sometimes we don't always want to be positive every morning. I mean, if you think that I wake up with being like, hey, it's sunshine and roses day, let me tell you, I got news. My mornings aren't like that every day, especially trying to get the kids up. But I choose to either be in a good or a bad mood, because I have a choice. And my choice is to be in a good mood because it feels so much better. So yes, starting your day off right, starting a routine off right. If you start to get off of your waiver of and go more towards the negativity, change it around. You don't have to wait. If you're on a new eating plan, man, I shouldn't have ate that. I just can't believe I ate that bag of something. Okay. You don't have to wait till tomorrow. Start right then. Drink more water, do something.
So with that Stacie, if I can ask you, because I'm thinking about so many of these parents and they're exhausted. And for those that say they don't have any time, but would you recommend, or how important is it for them to maybe wake up 15, 20 minutes or 30 minutes before everyone else in the household to have those few minutes alone?
So this is where a love-hate relationship comes in, and this is where the honesty comes. And you may not like this, but you'll love me later when you get your results, is not having enough time is just an excuse. The word, I'm really busy, is now the language that we say, hey, how are you? I'm really busy. We just say that as a natural way of talking. And you have to stop that. Stop saying I'm busy. You control your own calendar. Nobody else does. If you're too busy, learn the word no and set your schedule the way that you want it to be. Stop being busy. And if you have to get up 10, 15 minutes earlier, wow, for it to change your day and you have that time for yourself. I just started a new, it's called 25, 25, 25. And one of my friends actually decided to do this, and I'm like, I'll do it with you. So we get up every morning, no matter what. I do it on my own. We text each other, 25 done. And it's just like 25 sit-ups, 25 hip thrusters, 25 clean and press, 25 push-ups, 25 over the head triceps. And you know what? No matter what, I've accomplished that. So I have that under my belt, and there's no excuses. I stopped doing it for a while, and I'm like, I haven't been doing it. And she's like, You haven't been? I'm like, no. But you know what? I got up the next day, actually later, and I'm like, I did it. I am in control, nobody else. If you don't have time, that's on you. You don't have the schedule, that's on you. It's that fact. You make time. And if you have to remember, this is your house. If you have your house that you're taking care of, that you have the food in, that you have the bed that you sleep in, that is your house. Why are you taking care of that house more important than your own house? I really need to ask you. Because if this house isn't taken care of, your other house isn't going to succeed. Your family isn't going to succeed. You have to take care of yourself. Your house is number one. I really have to put that out there.
Stacie René with us here on the MegaCast, talking real talk with all of us here on this Wednesday. She's a motivational strategy speaker and mindset life coach. Stacie, we miss you. It's great to have you back on the show.
Thanks. Great to be back.
We're wishing you the best of the summer and all the happiness, especially this summer as it appears we're emerging from the pandemic and we can get back to somewhat of a normal life, we hope.
Thank you so much. Have a fabulous rest of your day.